Blessed risings to all my African brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for tuning in on King Says So. Today I want to speak about Duduzane Zuma's opinion about Orania. I came across a video where he was sharing his thoughts about Orania, what he thinks about, the African community, what they are building there, their character, and exactly their values that they are upholding there in Orania. For those who don't know, Duduzane Zuma is the son of the former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, who is the current president of Mkhonto, which is a political party. Duduzane is one of those people that we've been asking, why is this young man not joining his father's new political party? In fact, he started his own political party that did not go well. So I want to speak about his opinions about Orania. And also, for those who don't know, there was a murder case in Orania. A murder turned into suicide case where a husband shot his wife and then turned a gun unto himself, and he did this in front of his 14-year-old child. And remember, AfriForum and all these white supremacist organizations are going to record these two deaths as farm murders. Let's never forget that. When they say farm murders, they even mean this Dutch against Dutch killing that happened in Orania. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we're talking Orania. Very important to be talking Orania. We don't want to miss anything that happens in that apartheid state of racism that the ANC has allowed to flourish over the last 32 years. We are not going to allow that. We are not going to allow that. We're going to be a generation that is going to fight against racism, segregation, and discrimination against other races and other people because of their gender, culture, and religion. We are not going to be part of that nonsense. Before I go into diving deep into that, let us invite you to the Gala dinner that will be happening on the 2nd of May. Only a few more days to go. Listen to this.
Peace and love, African family. My name is Mukondeleli Muraudzi Wagwamasenga. You may know me from the channel Mlinzi Africa, Pan-Africanist channel. I am a supporter of PASETA, the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. I am active in helping support this initiative, and one of the ways I've been active is in support of the planning of the Gala dinner. And I will be at the Gala dinner. I have purchased my ticket, and I hope to see you there too. Let's support this initiative, brothers and sisters. This is a once in a lifetime. We don't see too many young visionaries like our brother King Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono. So please, brothers and sisters, get your tickets. Don't be left behind, don't suffer FOMO later, wondering what happened. Please come through. Let's spend time together in Kimberley, in the Northern Cape. I will be there, I'll see you there too.
Yeah, thank you so much to our brother for inviting everyone. Actually, those who have bought tickets to the Gala dinner, you guys probably have my numbers. Send me a video of yourself telling us where you are from, and that you will be coming to the Gala dinner. I will edit a video for you. Also, you've gotten our WhatsApp numbers. Please make sure that you send us a video so that we can promote the Gala dinner even much more on our WhatsApp status and everywhere. We need to push this issue of people buying the tickets to the Gala dinner. I think 22 days to go to the Gala dinner. I can't wait. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen, to host you guys here in Kimberley. For those who haven't purchased the ticket, sheshani, and buy a ticket to the Gala dinner. This is a Gala dinner that is raising funds funds for the first Pan-Africanist independent school here in South Africa, and we would love to see you make your contribution to that school. If you are not coming, please feel free to send your 50 Rand contribution. It's going to assist us in closing the other small things that need to be closed for this gala dinner to be perfect, because all eyes will be on us, and if we flop, we turn into a laughing stock to say, but again, they can't even organize a gala dinner. Not under my watch. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a phenomenal team in the background that is working on everything, and I promise you everything is going to be perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about Orania. Before I talk about Orania, you guys know that the EFF is marching on the 22nd of April, which is next week, regarding this issue of Orania. The EFF provincial leader here in Northern Cape, Shadrack Kaule, has decided enough is enough. He is the first black leader in our lifetime to march against Orania, to say, listen, what is happening there in Orania is completely wrong. And we as African people, we're not going to continue to allow that apartheid state to continue to exist there. There's nothing wrong about seeking, self-awareness of a culture or whatever, but there's everything wrong when you start segregating other people, discriminating other people, trying to, control who and who cannot live in what parts of South Africa is totally wrong. Orania is an apartheid state and it must be classified as such. So the EFF is marching to the Premier's office first. The march to Orania is coming. This is the seed that will be planted. So the EFF is marching to the Premier's office. Why the Premier's office? The Premier's office the ANC has done nothing to stop that nonsense in Orania. They are in power here in this province, and they keep on giving Orania the freedom to further be independent as a state. Their own currency, their own flags, their own everything that is happening there is wrong. So we are marching. I'll be there. We are marching to the Premier's office to put on our grievances about doing something about Orania, because if you don't do something about Orania, the other little places are going to pop out. You will not be able to stop. We saw the Nigerians in Western Cape buying land to say they want to start an Imo state. It's going to be crazy. The Pakistanis are going to have their own land in South Africa. The Chinese are going to have their own land. The Ethiopians are going to have their own land here in South Africa. The next thing, South Africa will lose its identity because of people like the Dutch people who have started this trend to say, we want to live alone. We don't want anyone else. So it's very important to strongly condemn what is happening there. Now, when it comes to Orania, I came across a video of the young man, Duduzane Zuma, speaking about his opinion about Orania. Now, everyone has got a right to their opinion, okay? So all we can just do is break down this opinion according to logic, like, what are you saying? Is it right? Does it make sense or whatever? Everyone has got their own opinion. So we can't stop people from having their opinion. It's just so disappointing from the family that he comes in that he will keep this opinion that he is having. But enough about that. Let's listen to Duduzane.
You have these people here, they're promoting an independent state based on a flag, based on a currency, based on ideology. So that's where I'm coming from. So, and then it's also creating their own borders. If you are not, your ideology needs to be right. You need to be within the Afrikaner
tradition. I mean, to live there, you have to meet certain requirements.
Yeah, correct.
Like being Afrikaans, Calvinist Christian, I think, as well.
Exactly.
White.
The truth is, who the hell wants to go to Orania? You know what I'm saying? You're there, you're doing your thing. No disrespect to them, but I mean, they've chosen a very hard place to set up, and guarantee they'll turn it around. This is what
they've done a good job.
This is what Afrikaners do. Yeah. They win.
They build as well.
That's just what it is, whether you like it or not. And the ethos is amazing. I've listened to some of the interviews and some of the viewpoints. If you take away from racializing it, and they need to do a lot of work to do that.
I mean, if you just take away the racial element, it's an amazing thing.
It's an amazing thing. If they just said, guys, this is where we at, this is what we're doing, cool. Ain't no one trying to drive all the way out there and live in those conditions, extreme conditions.
Yeah.
Definitely no black people. No black people trying to go out there, grip and toil the land and flip and build solar this and make off the grid and no one's trying, you know what I'm saying? If you just did what you needed to do and say, hey, guys, this is what we are, this is who we are, this is what we're doing, you're more than welcome. If people would rather drive to the beachfront in Durban or to Cape Town, they're not trying to go to Orania. So if they just switch it up a bit, I can guarantee you, Orania will be a blueprint for what needs to be done in this country, like has been done. And my final point on that, I know we've been laboring, but it's important to speak about these things, is instead of people renaming streets, instead of people tearing down statues and burning down what were former...
Make new ones.
Bro, let's build new cities. Name them whatever the hell we want to name them. That's the way it works.
Musi said the same thing.
That's just what it was. If you look at our recent history, the last time a new city was built was in the late 70s. Early 80s was the last parts of a city being built. We have not built a new city in South Africa in all these years. Let's bear in mind, there's been whole cities and if not whole countries that have come up in the past 25 years. Some of us have lived in these countries. Some of us have visited these countries.
Yeah.
What's our excuse? 100%. Enough land. And then they're doing it the Orania style. Barren, no water. Barren land, no water. You know what I'm saying? So we've got no excuses. So that's what I say when that's what I mean when I say we need to change our outlook and we need to look to the future. What's happened. We note it. We're not going to forget about it.
100%.
We cannot.
Don't forget, but move forward.
It can't be part of a political campaign in 2024.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, disappointing. You guys know how I feel about Orania and the snobs like Abu Duduzane talking this rubbish. Oh, Abu Penwell Abapeli. Oh, no matter how much you try to educate African people, they don't learn their lesson. So we're going to try logically to break down what he's saying. Okay, we're going to speak about the murder also. Orania is not safe. Orania is not safe. So don't let anyone fool you and tell you Orania is safe. In fact, let's get into that. Last week, a man unalived his wife. Shot. Bah! I wonder if the police, when they go there, are they going to check that these guns are legal? Because I'm telling you, not everything is in the line there in Orania. They must search every gun with every serial and check if those guns are legally obtained in Orania. Number one. Number two. And Orania people are laughing. People saying they're going to march against Orania. Say, come, we want to see what you will do. I'm sure they think that we are so naive that we will go to, so ignorant that we will protest like our ancestors did, throwing stones. But anyways, a husband shot his wife at Orania. What the hell they were arguing is probably umjolo. Because what is it that you are arguing in Orania? Orania that is stressing you. Because apparently Orania is a safe haven for the African people. But listen, we know it's not. We know it's not. I've always said this thing. I said, show me a place in South Africa, in the world, where the Dutch African people live in harmony with other races. Listen to what the people in Australia are saying about the Africans people from South Africa. Listen to what the European people are saying about the Dutch people. Listen to what the Americans are saying. They say, no, man, but these Dutch people, I'm talking about Caucasian people, are complaining about these people. So listen, to think that they are boxing themselves in there, there will be no crime because crime comes from black people, murder comes from black people, everything that is bad comes from black people. Here they are, murdering each other at the farm. Now, the issue is, after he shot his wife, He then turned a gun to himself, committing suicide. Bah! Minus 2 problems. It's fine. He did it in front of their poor daughter. I think a 14-year-old daughter. I feel so sorry for that child to witness that the mother pass away and the father killing himself. That's not a nice sight to see, and we don't wish that upon our deepest enemies. We don't wish that. We hope that she will get closure counseling so that I don't know if she can ever recover from such a sight. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, but may God give her the strength that she needs to be strong and emerge stronger. And I hope uzasitshela ukuthi mama ke nobaba ke bebalwelana, because thina sifuna ukukhuluma ngayo le ndaba leyo. But anyways, AfriForum, because Orania is a farm. These two deaths are going to be recorded in the farm matters. And AfriForum is going to record it and blow it to America, extrapolating the numbers as if it was murders from black people murdering the African people. That is what is going to happen. And that's not what is going to happen. That is what AfriForum is doing. They take all the murders holistically and sell it to the world as if only African people are being killed in farms. The workers, people just passing, persons stealing at a farm and gets unalived, all of those things. They take that and say, look at the numbers of the murders in farms. That's what AfriForum is doing. You see, so it's not safe in Orania. Even for women, it's not safe in Orania. We know it's not safe for children also. In 2019, we had a case where children were raped by a teacher in Orania. The same thing that happened to Tretwe, it happened in Orania. It continues to happen, in fact, in Orania. So, yeah, good luck to them. Let me just break down what the young man has said. Duduzane Zuma, very disappointing opinion from him. He's saying that they are promoting their own independent state. Why? Why an independent state in South Africa? Why? Because they are racist. Their independent is rooted on hatred of other people. Based on a flag. He says, based on a flag and their own currency. We can't have that in our country. We can't have that in our country. Remember, they are not doing it like every school has got its own flag. Every school has got its own cultural practice and everything. Every institution in South Africa. They are doing it to segregate other people from their community. You understand what I'm saying? So, they are creating their own borders. That's what Udu is saying. They are creating their own borders. We must now tolerate, do that. And then he says, who the hell wants to go to Orania? Ignorant South Africans. The Baklapping tribe from the Baklapping clan from the Tswana kingdom are the ones that were pushed out of Orania. I spoke to this other gentleman when I was having a live. He was explaining that his family comes from Orania and they were moved there long time ago when the Department of Water Affairs was taking that land. Because remember there's a Van der Kloof Dam not so far ago. So they were using that as a pipeline that passes there and everything. So they moved the African people there. So for him to say, who wants to go to Orania? The original people of Orania want to go to Orania. Maybe you don't want to go because you want all the nice life and everything. But there is people who originate from that land that were moved years ago and they never got justice. They never got justice. And he says, this is what Afrikaner does. Afrikaner, they win. They win what? They win by killing. They win by chasing people out. They win by being racist. They win by rape. They win by murder. Is that what you call winning? That type of conquering people by taking away their cultural rights, changing their names, is that what you call winning? It's so weak that you guys consider that winning. It's so weak that you consider that winning, you know. So he says the ethos is amazing, meaning their character of their culture, how they carry themselves there is so amazing. Amazing is a word that you use to describe Oranian people. Sisman, you know. He says I listened to them and heard their views. You listen to those racists, and when they told you that they want to be racist and want to be alone, and those views impressed you, South Africans. And then he says, no, their views are so nice. If you just take away racism, race from everything, and what they're doing at Orania is fine. Yeah, let's pretend in Orania they're not racist. Let's pretend they are living in harmony. Let's pretend Orania is a rainbow nation. Let's just pretend. If we can just pretend that Oranian people are not, continuing with apartheid, then everything else they're doing is fine. Yeah, Orania is so perfect. When there's a murder there, yeah, but there's murders everywhere. Yeah, but we thought you guys don't do that to each other. That's what you are selling to us, that Orania is so perfect. Now we have to pretend that nothing is happening in Orania, so that we can see that they build their own farm. So he says, no, black people, they don't want to build anything. They don't want to go to Orania. They rather go to a beach somewhere. We don't want to build from scratch. We don't want to do anything. That's what he's saying. That is how Lens is in snobs like our Duduzane think of us as African people. Lazy bums. That is why it's so important to support the Paseta. We can't afford to fail. We can't afford to always, being reminded, yeah, nina nenzeni, na keni, yeah, na complain about whining as a keli nina, whining at something abusha. You know, I'm sick and tired of those words. Oh, I'm so sick and tired. This is why Paseta is a generational mission. It's a really generational mission. We are sick and tired of being asked, why don't you build your own? I hope now you are sick and tired. As I was preparing my speech for the Gala dinner, I'm telling you, tears came in my eyes when I was thinking of the things I have to say to the audience. I'm sick and tired, but anyway, we'll wait for the people who are coming for the Gala dinner. And then he said something that broke my heart. He said Orania will be a blueprint to what South Africa should be like. South Africa should be like a racist country with many states, many small provinces, many small countries in South Africa. The Zulus must stick there, build their own beautiful Zulu land, that they don't want anyone else there. The Tsongas must also do the same. How can Orania be a blueprint? A blueprint of what? Of discrimination? A blueprint of racism? Come on, guys. No. So very disappointing in what he was saying. And also as I go through my notes, and also when I was listening to him, I'm like, I've heard people say, King, all the presidents of South Africa support Orania. They have no problem with Orania. And coming to think of it, I have not heard his father speak against Orania. I've never heard him speak against Orania. I've never heard Cyril Ramaphosa, Thabo Mbeki, or even Nelson Mandela. Apparently was the one who sold us out. It's crazy. It's crazy that the ANC actually allowed this. So lastly, he says, instead of tearing down the street names, changing the street names and tearing down statues, we should build new. How many times are we going to hear this rubbish? Kimberley, when we go deep in the history of the big hole, there's one name that comes up that that many South African cities are going to, many cities in the SADC actually are going to remember. That is Cecil John Rhodes. He's the guy that started the mining here with some group of families. Before the Oppenheimers and them, Rhodes was them. They are the ones actually with the Oppenheimers that built the BRs and took everything with, what's his name? Is it John Widenhouse? That's the guy that was then translated, named Kimberley. That's the guy, Kimberley Widenhouse. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Those are the guys that colonized the city, Kgosi Kgaleshiwe's land, and changed it to Kimberley. The mine of Kimberley. So yeah, that's another history lesson for another day. So Cecil John Rhodes has got a statue here, a statue to remind us who took our land from us. So instead of breaking those statues down and putting memorable, or the original founders of this land, the people who were already here. I don't care if it's the Nama, the Khoi, or even Kgosi Kgaleshiwe himself. Put a statue there that seeks to unite us as people, not the one that divides us even further, celebrating our colonizers. We can't. By the way, that statue is still here. So it's like continuously someone raping you and tattooing their name on you, and you walk around with that tattoo and you don't have a problem with that on your face to remind everybody who raped you. So yeah, the issue again, like I said, the issue of saying since 1994, the last city that was built in South Africa was in the 80s. Since 1994, we have not built any city. Because I know in a span of 15 years to 20 years, we can do something crazy. We can. And Paseta is one of those initiatives that is going to show people, we've got enough land in Paseta to build a mini Dubai. I'm not joking with you guys. The land that we have around our school is enough for us to build Wakanda land. We can build our own Wakanda there. I promise you. We must just continue to fight, so that not every generation must be reminded, Niakeni, Nenzeni, Yana complainer, whining Azaken, all of those things, all of those words is this true personally as African people. What maravele senzani? Angazi ukuthi angitolerate or zongitolerate. So for me, that's what we are starting at Paseta. That's what we are starting. The school is just the beginning, and many great things will be surrounding the school. We're going to build everything around. Come to the gala dinner so that you guys can get the full presentation. I can't give you the full presentation here. Our enemies are watching. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in on King Sotso. Tell me what you think about Ududu's opinion about Orania. Abo Penwell Abapeli, Abo Katleho, AfriForum AI, Abapeli, Baning. Hey, now I'm happy he's not in the MK. Now I'm happy because this type of mindset, Lapa in the MK, it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly. Just thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you get a blessed one, guys. Asambeni. Those who have got parents, my father passed away a long time ago, 2004 or something like that, or still 2004, 2004, 2002, 2004, somewhere, I can't remember, it's so long time ago. And I watch people who've got fathers not realizing what a treasure they have there. Don't care if your father is a drunkard or whatever. Luckily, yes, my mother is still alive. Those who are coming to the gala dinner, you'll see my mother. Mfana naye. Incorrect, not in looks. When your parents are still alive, guys, Guys, call your parents and tell them that you love them. But more than anything, tell your parents that you appreciate the sacrifice that they did, even though you know it's minimum or it's a lot. Tell your parents, after watching this episode, grab your phone and say, yo mama, you know what, your tata, your whoever, even if it's a foster parent or a relative who under yena, who raised you, just call them and say, you know what, today I'm 30 something years, today I'm 20 something years, today I'm 50 something years, I'm 40 something years, ngindota, ngimfazi, because of you made that sacrifice to raise me. And I want to say thank you. Because parents, that's all they want to hear from their children, honestly. Just imagine your little girl comes and says, Daddy, thank you for raising me. I mean, that warms your heart. That warms your heart. Anyway, yeah, let's appreciate our parents for a little bit, man. They are not going to be here for much longer. They are not going to be here the next 30 years, 40 years. God willing, they can, but the reality is they are not going to be here. Cherish them. There are people that are watching this video and they're like, whew, my mom and dad are no longer here. There are people that are saying that. So, Mina now who has got one parent who's still alive, or those of you who've got two parents who are still alive, how blessed are you? Oh, guys, don't forget to pray, but after you pray, stand up, African child, do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.